911, what's your emergency?
One thing I get asked a lot is, what's the worst job you've ever had to do? And, sometimes that's hard to answer because what do they mean by worse? It could be that it was physically really difficult, on the 6th floor of an apartment building, the elevator was broken and the air conditioning was out and it's 105 degrees outside, that type of thing, and just physically hard to do. And then, of course, you have the jobs where they weren't necessarily physically hard to do, but emotionally they might take a toll. I know for me personally, any jobs that involved animals or children were difficult for me. And then, of course, you have the ones where, it didn't involve animals or children. It wasn't that hard, but it's just what happened there that would be considered the worst kind of job. And so I'm going to tell you what the worst job we ever did was. And this one involved cannibalism and sex. So hang on to your seats. This one, now a guy, he was 41 years old. He'd been in and out of jail several times. I think he had drugs and alcohol problems. And everybody in his family had lost faith in him. They wanted nothing to do with him except his 81-year-old mother. And so he gets out of jail again, and his 81-year-old mother, of course, still loved him like he was her little baby, said he could live with her. And so he did when he got out of jail. And here's how this unfolded. One night, the mother and son, their house had a glassed-in patio in the back. Give you that background there. So one night, the neighbors heard a bunch of ruckus and heard a bunch of glass breaking, that type of thing. And so they called the police. And the police get there quietly. They go around back, to investigate, and they see all the broken glass and something's happened there in that house. So at that point, they have probable cause to enter the house. So they entered the house. And what they found was the guy had beaten his 81-year-old mother to death. He had gutted her. He had cut out her heart. And when law enforcement walked in on him, he was eating her heart and masturbating on her body. So I guess it's pretty safe to say he had some mother issues. But, what a shame. That lady lived to be 81 years old. All she was trying to do was help her son. And she ends up dying in that manner. And boy, that guy was twisted. The job itself, it wasn't that bad. The biggest thing to clean up was broken glass. Get up the broken glass, remove the carpet where the glass was, and there was a little spot of blood on the carpet because when he gutted her, she was already dead, so her heart wasn't beating, so she wasn't pumping out blood.